go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Bishop. Shows him the stiff arm. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
Well, you can see why Rocky Top is so excited about this guy. He's a home run waiting to happen. Not only can he run you over, but he can run around you, too. This is an offense that doesn't only have to throw the football to win games. They can run it, and they can get explosive plays because of this guy's speed and skill set.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Davis. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1, was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow, he is the guy. This offense is doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
The Vols have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Here's the shuffle pass. It's complete. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Nice job after the catch by the tight end. Able to make a guy miss and go get extra yards.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Quarterback making checks. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the catch. It's Davis. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. It's Baker. Maybe some room here. He's at the touchdown volunteer. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Man, defenses have to play responsibility football, and you could tell they had the quarterback, but how about the running back? They didn't even play it off the pitch, and he takes full advantage. They constantly put this kind of stress on you with this option, and the defense, they were not where they were supposed to be, and they give up the explosive touchdown.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. On the move, it's Cobb. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. And the Tigers want to move quickly. Right back to the well. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Got it set up on the outside. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks. Offense still out there, lining up quickly on 4th down. On 4th down, going to the air. Gonna let it fly. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. First play of the period, 1st down here. Handoff to the single back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They made a little trouble for themselves with that penalty. Now 2nd and 12. Looking for a crease. It's Cobb. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the second half on defense? That's the question.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Find a hole in that secondary. Touchdown, Tigers. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Escapes the pressure going right. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Still running at the 40. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
The run inside. It's Bishop. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man out of the backfield. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Quarterback may change this route. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes a grab past the marker. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Motion from the wideout. Here's a little room there. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Run in the red zone, it's Bishop. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
This drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Bishop. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back has it. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. They want to think this 3rd and 1 play over, and they'll use a timeout here. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, the power run here. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The Defense won the battle up front. Has to get there to move the sticks. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Low man wins. Defense that time on fourth down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
On the run, it's Cobb. Might have a chance. The 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
What a big-time run. He's still running. Over 90 yards. That's one of those when you're running to the end zone, you're looking behind you, you're looking on the Jumbotron to see if anybody's going to catch him, and nobody's going to catch him on that huge touchdown run.
And he makes the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Bishop. Got room at the 35. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Open on the right side, that's Smith. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for second down. Looking to fire. With the catch, it's Jackson. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. It's complete on the right side.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. And the Vols come to the line in the hurry-up.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Timeout is called. It's the second charge to Tennessee. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He makes a grab. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Back to pass on second down. Fires into the end zone, incomplete.
But that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Dead center perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll bring it out. It's Morris. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for room, it's Bishop. Powers through the defender. There's a crease. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
They'll give it to Hardy. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number 1. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game on the toss play.
Leaves it with the running back. Hard running there. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for the big play. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Pulls and fires complete. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Brown will throw it. Pressure coming. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
On the option. He'll keep it on 2nd down. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Man, And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got it in stride inside the 20. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to the air. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It's third and goal and third and long. Calls his own number. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So here is the Tennessee offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And the Volunteers headed quickly to the line.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Nice move to pick up yardage. There's some room. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing. Linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock, hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
Looking to throw on first down. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Oh, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense will come out and take over at the 44.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed. It's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They'll go right back to the run. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Brown wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. The 20. Past the 10. Touchdown, Tennessee. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And that is a critical error by the quarterback at a critical juncture of the game, right, David? This thing's already close, and it's the smallest mistake that could make the difference. That pick six certainly hurts his team, but there's a lot of football left, a lot of time left. You've got to be resilient as a quarterback. You have to be able to turn the page and get back out and attack with confidence.
You made a mistake. Yeah, exactly right. You got to flush this. We got to move on. Obviously, the crowd goes nuts. The fans are all into it. The other side's energized. Now you got to go get your head together. Go watch the clip, see what happened. What did I do wrong? You got to get out there and go fix it because you still got a chance to win this ball game.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Kane. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll start this drive going to the air. Safe completion on the screen. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You're not going to fool this guy on the running back screen. They're trying to invite him up the field, rushing the passer, but he saw it too soon. He was able to stop in his tracks.
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
This defense will bring pressure from the linebacker level, from the cornerback level, free safety level, and the strong safety level. They're bringing it from all over the field.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Soft spot in the middle. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Offense staying on the field there and hurry up, looking as if they'll go on 4th. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The corners are walked up tight. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking for room. It's Cobb. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
On the snap, it's Washington. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the 4th quarter.
To the ground with the back. They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock. And they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Blasted as he lets it go. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Brown will throw it. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The accuracy is perfect. The loft, the aim, like the perfect golf shot. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. And now, deep in the fourth quarter, a chance to go down the field. Oh, he's got some space. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down. They'll give it to him again. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Bishop. Fights off the defender. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Volunteers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. The offense changing the play. Wants to throw on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on fourth down. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Caught, and he's got room. Touchdown ball! They move on top here in the fourth. They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he finishes the drive with a thrilling 69-yard run to the end zone. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kane. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. So now they take over. This momentum has been completely taken away from them, but still an opportunity to put together a late drive. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. The pull and throw off the RPO. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24. Auburn lines up quickly. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Still, oh, he ruins the big gator with a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
I would love to tell you should have gotten the first down and slid or got down, but that's not what running backs do. They're trying to get extra plays, and I know he had the first down, but he's thinking touchdown. That little bit of extra effort, you could tell, forced the turnover, forced the fumble, defense recovers.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. Defense just going after him. They stop him for a loss of 6.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
The Vols now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Matthews. Makes a grab and room to run. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays.
And that shows up in the stat column as an explosive play for this quarterback. But it was a very simple RPO. Get the ball out, and then guess what? My dudes are better than your dudes. And getting it to him on the perimeter, letting him make plays, all of a sudden, he's way down the field, and it looks like a...
Got a little grass. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He'll run it again. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards. Stopped at the 23. Auburn calls it 2nd of 3 timeouts. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
After that incompletion on 3rd and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on 4th down and pad the lead, but if you kick a field goal, you make it a 2-possession game here in the second half, and I think that's the right decision.
Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here.
Blue 22.
Maybe didn't have the defense they expected, and they'll call a timeout here on 4th and 1. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Snagged out of the air. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. And the Vols, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Gordon. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through 1 tackler, but there were more there to greet him. The defense quickly calls a timeout, trying to save as much clock as possible. $1:57 left. They go right back to it. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on 3rd down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. Making side adjustments here. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Boy, at this stage of the game, when every snap and every yard counts, that penalty is costly. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He'll take a shot. And he's got it for the touchdown, and that one just might do it.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach, and that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Coming out with it, it's Kane. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Oh, what an exciting finish this is going to be. The offense has it one more time. One last drive, and time is winding down. Bring in the heat. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck it up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my...
Oh, there's an alley on the left. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
And that's perfect for this offense. Backed up towards your own end zone, make a play to create space, get some momentum going on this drive. Just what the offense needed to start this thing.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left. Boy, do they need this field goal here in the 4th to get back to within one score. And it's good! And they've made it a one-possession game here in the 4th quarter. 15 seconds to play, and if they have a last gasp, they have to recover this onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest, I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance. You got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team gets it done, and they win the game.
It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.